Alright, what's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's Super here, and welcome to another DLC character, How to Play MK11. I think I said that the wrong way. No intro today, no outro, no edits, nothing. This is raw, uncut, and we're going balls deep with it. So here we go. I asked on Twitter if people wanted to see a basic tutorial like I did for Shang Tsung. The resounding answer was yes, so I guess I'll do this for every DLC character that comes out. Just a basic tutorial to get you guys started playing the character. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play with his, I'm going to show you guys his first variation, Matoka Warrior, and then I'm going to show you guys a custom variation with, casual abilities. So here we go. Let's first start off with the competitive variation. Nightwolf is littered with amazing buttons. Not only are his pokes pretty good, but he has amazing mids for every single situation. So let's start off with his basic buttons first. Most important ones, of course, 7-frame stand 1. I think it's the fastest in the game. I don't think there's a 6-frame stand 1. 7 frames is pretty much the fastest poke that you're gonna get. So you could easily get, any sort of punish with Nightwolf, 7 frames or more. Really good. It goes into 1-1-1, which is a completely safe string. Really good. It also jails from his down 1. His down 1 is what, 7 frames also? Yeah, 7 frame down 1. 6 is the fastest, but if you do hit someone with a down 1, there is nothing they could do to get out of your stand 1. This actually jails them on hit because of the new buff to the down 1 hit advantage. So if you get someone with a down 1, attack them with a stand 1-1. If they're trying to mash, they're gonna get hit. So a lot of people who are complaining that people mash like crazy in this game, if you hit someone with Nightwolf with your down 1, if they're mashing, you're gonna be able to jail them into your own 1-1. And of course, it's super easy to hit confirm, 1-1-1, right? And then you go into whatever combo you're gonna go into. So moving on here, I don't even know where to keep on going. There's so many good buttons with this character. So just on his forward 1 and his back 1 are amazing. They're both really far ranging mids. His forward 1 is 13 frames forward advancing mid that leads into a -7 string. Now online, that's pretty much safe. If you have a 7 frame stand 1, you're going to be able to just frame punish it. Other than that, the worst thing that could happen is you get down 1, and that has to be a 2 frame, right? Your opponent has to be ready for it. Not only that, but you could go into your what is this, forward 1-2 1-2, but you could just shortcut it pressing both buttons at the same time and you get it anyway. So if your opponent is trying to punish you, trying to mash or anything like that, you could go into this and catch them off guard. You could also try to stagger it. It's not real, to be honest. -7 is, you're guaranteed a down poke with pretty much any character in the cast, but the down poke is going to get beat by this. Either that, or you could try to potentially catch your opponent trying to poke with your own special move. And in this variation, you could try to go for the launcher. If your opponent's mashing on buttons, you're going to be able to catch them for a launcher, right? And then go into whatever you want. I'll go into Nightwolf's combos in a bit. Sometimes they're a little bit annoying. But his other amazing mid is his back 1. Now this thing right here is like super good, because not only is it forward advancing, but it leads into a completely safe string. So this right here, back 1-3, completely safe. And the middle part is actually a low. So as you guys see, back 1-3 is -5. So it doesn't matter if your opponent tries to jab you with a stand 1 or a down 1, you're going to be completely safe if you just block. Not only that, but this is a pretty good stagger. It's not the best stagger in the world because he does have a lot of recovery, but you could trick your opponent many times into continuing your combo string, and it ends in this tackle that is also completely safe at, what is it, -6? -3. So it's even safer than your back 1-3. But the thing is, you could actually flawless block that tackle. And I think this is a true block string right here. I think the regular tackle is a true block string. So if your opponent maybe is trying to flawless block it, you might be able to catch them off guard and mess up their timing of their flawless block. But then again, if you do the tackle, you're going to be unsafe. So those are like amazing buttons for Nightwolf. Your stand one, your forward one, your back one. For the most part, that's what you're going to use to play offense with Nightwolf. So get familiar with those buttons. Let's see, his stand 2. His stand 2 is only good in his second variation because you go stand 2, 2, 1 plus 3, and it's a crushing blow on a punish. I don't have that variation right now. I didn't like it. All right, so now moving on to his back 2. His back 2 is his only way of getting a meterless launcher. Now, that combo that you guys saw me do right there is going to be performed mostly on male characters. I find that it's a lot easier to perform on male characters. Dash up, stand 3-1 into 1-1-1. What I found works better on like female characters is just dash up 1-1-1 into either tackle, but the tackle sometimes is really fast. So to keep it simple, you could go with your axe. Either that, or you could try to time it a little bit better. But as you guys see, the damage isn't like too much different. Now, if you want to extend your combo even more, you could go from your back 3 into your what is it? Stand 3-1. By the way, the numbers that I'm using are notations for the pad. I'm not going to edit this video, but pretty much on an Xbox controller, 1 is X, 2 is Y, 3 is A, and 4 is B. And then correlate those numbers to a PS4 controller. It's very simple. So that's what I'm talking about when I'm talking about numbers. But if you want to extend the combo, it's very easy with stand 3-2 or stand 3-1, as you guys saw me do. And then you dash up, stand 4 into tackle. A little bit inconsistent with female hurt boxes or depending on, how far you dash. But that's the basic bread and butter combo that I do. Of course, the best use of back 2 is going to be when you hit your opponent with this crushing blow right here, because it actually gives you access to combo into it. Let's try that again. But that's what you want to use as your crushing blow combo. And there you guys have it. So that's a pretty solid 350 damaging combo off of your tackle crushing blow. And activate this crushing blow, you have to only hit your opponent with the axe part. You could get a free jump in. Use jump 2 because jump 1 is not going to connect into the attack, plus the hitbox isn't the best. That's more of like a jump back or meet people air to air. That's actually good for that. But for the jump in, you're always going to want to use jump 2. It has a really, really good downwards hitbox, and it connects easily into your back 2, which is what, 20? It's a 17 frame meterless launcher. That's where mostly you're going to want to use it because, maybe trying to whip punish your opponent, maybe a shimmy, but again, if you make the wrong read, your opponent is going to punish you for it because it's very unsafe. And from max range, you're not going to be able to get anything other than just a regular tackle. So it's better to just keep it conservative, go with the conservative pressure with Nightwolf, just because he's so solid. His down 2 crushing blow. Let's see, what's a good crushing blow combo for down 2? You could go for that. You could. I don't think you have enough. No, I don't think you have enough time to connect this. You're a little bit too far. But if you want to extend your combo, you could easily go for that. And then after that, stand 4, boom, you go where you tackle. Like I said, you're going to want to practice some of these Nightwolf combos. They're a little weird. Stand 3 is actually a really good button. It's a 10 frame high attack. But the good thing about this button is it leads into stand 3-1-2, which at the end has a crushing blow where if you just hit your opponent with the overhead, which, trust me, you could catch a lot of people with it. It's a lot more common than you would think. You could actually go into this crushing blow, and this combo right here actually gives you access to a little bit more damage because it launches your opponent close enough so you could combo stand 3-1 and then micro dash a little bit, meaning dash forward a little bit and then cancel your animation with a button. That's what I mean by micro dashing. Boom, 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 boom. So that's about 300 damage. Again, same thing. If you want to go for a little bit more damage, you could always extend your combo and get a little bit more damage. That one was maybe what, a couple percentage points more. If you're in a game closing situation, that's a good tool. Now back 3 is your up close mid. This thing right here is actually pretty good because I found that this goes over some low attacks, especially my Nightwolf. When I was playing Nightwolf versus another Nightwolf, and I would poke out with my down 3, if my opponent was close enough, he would actually catch me with his back 3 that would go over my poke. And of course this goes into back 3-4. Back 3-4 is not safe, but with the pushback, it pretty much becomes safe. And a lot of times, your opponent might be looking for the low. The low is completely safe if you finish the entire string. But your back 3 is an 11 frame mid. It doesn't have the best range in the world at all, but this is something you're going to want to use. Maybe if you don't want to counter poke, and your opponent's like poking, boom, hit him with this. You block one of their pokes, boom, boom, and then you go into your combo. And it feels so good to catch your opponent with that back 3. Other than that, his down 3 and down 4, really good. And I think that's about it. One thing to note is Nightwolf does have 2 crushing blows on both, or he has a crushing blow on both his throws. So if your opponent techs the wrong way, any direction you could hold your grab button to get a crushing blow 2 times. It's so good. Such a big advantage for characters. And that's it for the combo strings, ladies and gentlemen. This, I think, is completely safe. So, you know, throw this out. Throw this out on Wake Up. Throw this out. Maybe try to find some setups for it. From half screen right here, the chop actually reaches pretty far. And that's it for that. So, moving on to his special abilities. This thing is actually a lot better than I thought. It's pretty fast. It does a good amount of damage, 7%. Of course, it's a high. Your opponent could duck it. But you could catch him a lot of times trying to walk forward after, because it has a little bit of delay before the other 2 come out. So I found I caught a lot of people trying to walk after they crouched the first part, and then you know, I hit them with those other arrows. But it's pretty fast. It's not the slowest projectile in the world, and the recovery is really good. So that's a nice projectile that he has. The reflection is a default move for, you know, both competitive variations and of course just Nightwolf in general. And then I'll show you guys another variation where I meter burn it and it teleports him behind the opponent. So you could actually combo from specific projectile reflects if you hit your opponent. It's really cool. But the reflect is nice, man. Not only does it negate projectiles, but it sends them back to the opponent. And there's some characters, depending on what range you are, that the projectile is going to punish them no matter what. Like, for example, I was playing a Kotal Khan player and he was throwing the pizza at me. I didn't like it because it was like vegetarian, so I sent it back to him and he got hit for that, what is it, 12%, 10%, something like that. It's really good. Let's see, what else do we have here? I think that's it for... Oh, other than that, we get the charge. The charge is really good. Just like Cassie Cage with her charge. This right here, if you have any sort of move that is punishable from anywhere around here at... What is this? How fast is this? This is a 12 frame startup move. If you have a, you know, some sort of move, like for example, I was using Nightwolf and I was using this, like, he calls down lightning to the opponent. It's really unsafe on block, and the other Nightwolf that I was playing against was punishing me from, you know, almost half screen with this tackle no matter what I was doing. So it's super good. You also have a move which I'll talk about in the other variation that takes this away and gives them a little roll, which I'll show you guys. But of course, crushing blow if only the overhead part hits. But other than that, for this first variation, you know, any sort of combo string into the up axe is going to be really easy to cash in some really good damage. Look at this punish. Boom, almost 300 damage. And like I said, you could actually get that combo right there. It's a little bit trickier on the female characters. If you want to make it a little bit easier, I think you could do a down 1, right? Something like that. I was practicing that on male characters. You guys know how it is with NetherRealm and the female hurt boxes. But other than that, you know, any sort of confirm, boom, You could even extend it more if you want. A little bit in the corner, you get some more damage. So pretty much your basic bread and butter combo in the corner is pretty much the same, but the only difference is you could actually get a pop-up with the regular version of the axe. If I could get it. And I probably would recommend you down one only once while Nightwolf's, you know, the bottom of his shirt is going crazy right there. But all you have to do is just get it down one. I said get it down one. There you go. So as you guys see, meterless, almost 300 damage. That's pretty good. Any sort of like jump in that you do, you could confirm into the regular axe, or you could confirm into the meter burn axe for, you know, some juicy damage. So what I was doing is actually for a tiny bit more damage, you could add a down one in there after this. So the easier one is just to do that and then into the tackle. But to add just a tiny bit more damage, you go in for that down one. Then a little bit too early. And there you go. Actually, hold on. That's quite a bit. Let's see. Okay, just a little bit more damage, just 100 more points of damage. You could kind of do that also with the regular version. I don't know if you could get the meter burn after a 1-1-1, or if you have to keep it a like standby. Let's see if I could even get it right now. I don't have practice with this meterless version, to be honest with you guys. Like I said, Nightwolf. Yeah, I think you could only get like a stand one. Nightwolf, you're gonna have to practice the combos in order to, you know, do some work with them. Actually, I think you could just go into it from your down one, maybe. Yeah, there you go. Let's see. Then I think you have enough time. Do you get that? It looks like you can. Do this combo real quick. And then you go into that. You could definitely get it. Oh, come on. I didn't get the last part of it. Now I want to fucking get this so bad. Oh my goodness. Okay, a couple more tries. We do have to move on to the other variation. Practice them combos, ladies and gentlemen. This is where I spend all my time. This is the most fun thing for me, trying to learn and practice some of these combos. Alright, a couple more tries here. This is where I have fun with the game, doing these combos. Not too late on that one. Whoops. Alright, let's do 3 more tries. That's one. There we go. We didn't need 3. We only needed about 15. Alright, so that's like your max damage 1 bar combo. That's almost 400 damage for 1 bar. That is pretty good. Same thing applies here. You know, you could go for your meterless launcher and then go into that combo. No, I'm not going to do that full combo as well. One thing that I forgot to talk about before I go into the other variation is his fatal blow. His fatal blow, actually, that like splash that you guys see, splash of colors in front of the bear and the wolf, all that is the hitbox of this move. It has an upwards hitbox and it has a hitbox in front of it. Obviously, it doesn't have the best range in the world because you guys have to keep in mind, forward 1-2 into fatal blow does not work, okay? Keep this in mind because I almost lost a game trying to do this. I'm like, yeah, I'm smart, I'm keeping it unclashable or unbreakable, and then this doesn't even work. So it has like a nice hitbox, but it's not the best in the world. But of course in the corner you can make a combo, and you can make a combo, you know, right here as well. There you go. So now let's move on to the second variation, which is not called Ancestral Gift. Ancestral Gift is actually the second competitor variation, but I'm not using that one right now. So the only difference between this one is I actually gave him the meter burn reflect, which you guys see here. It's pretty cool because you could do it on whiff, and you could also reflect when your opponent shoots out a projectile. So why it's so good is because there's a lot of characters in the game that, for example, Sonya, she shoots her first ring and then she meter burns it. So even if you don't reflect the first ring, in the process of her meter burning it, she's gonna stay looking at the same direction. So once you teleport, you have free reign to do anything. You could even go for this if you have enough time. But for the most part, you're gonna want to go into some sort of combo. So let me just show you guys real quick. Devora is not gonna be the best example. Okay. And there you guys see it. It actually comboed. It's 2 hits right there. All right, let's do it. Let's do this combo. That's the one negative about this variation, which I'm gonna talk about right now. Okay, there you go. So that comboed from Devora's own projectile. But let's move on to this move right here. The reason this move isn't like the best move in the world is because you have no combo ender. See, normally you would go for this, and then you would end your combo with the tackle. But with this variation, you get the cool launcher, but you really have nothing to end your combos with. So I would probably recommend you use the command grab in this variation, but I just wanted to show off the cool stuff that you could do with the reflect. So as you guys see, if you try to do the roll again, it's not going to work. So I would definitely recommend the command grab if you're going to use this roll move. The only negative is it doesn't combo from forward 1, forward 1, 2. And does it combo? Does it even combo from this? No, it does not. I remembered that there was like really important strings that it doesn't combo from, but it combos from back 3, 4, and pretty much anything else. Like back 1, 3, it combos from that. So could I actually get? Let's see. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So in this variation, it leaves you close enough. Does 1-1 combo? No, it does not. Oh, I completely forgot to talk about the overhead. Oh my goodness. Well, if you guys made it this far, thank you so much. But the overhead is really good as well. It catches a lot of people. It's like 21 frames. But it leads into 4-1-2, that's only -7, and then it leads into 4-1-2-4, which is -4, completely safe. Very, very easy to hit confirm it. Now let's use the overhead and continue this combo. So once this happens, it leaves you close enough to your opponent to be able to continue. After 3-1, little juggle into 1-1-1, and then that's when you would use the command grab in order to finish off your combo. Because other than that, this is like our best combo ender, I think, right? Let's see. Yeah, sometimes it doesn't even connect. Yeah, you gotta dash up a little bit more. Oh, that's not gonna work. Yep, gotta dash up more. Nope, that doesn't even work. That doesn't work. So as you guys see, that's a big problem with this variation. Another thing is that you're not gonna be able to punish things as well on block from mid-screen as the tackle, but you are gonna be able to go under projectiles. So if you do go under a projectile, you can meter burn it, of course, and then, you know, get a pop-up. Yeah, that doesn't even work, unfortunately. But other than that, I think that's it for the Nightwolf tutorial, ladies and gentlemen. 25 minutes. Damn, I talk too much. But a lot of times I try to cover as much as I can. And, you know, if I edited this down, I could probably keep it under like 10 minutes, or I could keep it under 15 minutes. but we're doing it live, and that's how we like to do it with these tutorials. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Go out there, play with some Nightwolf, and do some cool combos, man. Nightwolf has really fun combos. You just got to practice them, or else you're going to drop them about 15 times in a row like I did. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.